Hello Sagittarius, and welcome to this little corner of the internet that is Wild Fox Alchemy. If we haven't met before, my name is Maria Gaian and I am an intuitive business success coach and tarot card reader. I'm here today to do your weekly reading, your weekly business and finance reading for September the 20th to the 26th. So, have you got a cup of tea? Let's have a chat about what's happening this week, Sagittarius. We start with Electric Eel Spirit. Bring your ideas to life. It's time. It's time, Sagittarius, to bring your ideas to life. I think you've got a head full of them. I think you've got a head full of ideas. I think it's important to evaluate them, to just dig a little deeper into whether those ideas are actually able to work or not, whether those ideas have potential to work or not. As entrepreneurs, I think we're just hounded by ideas. I get ideas all the time. Things that I see around me where, jobs aren't done the way that I'd like to see them done, so I think, we could do better. Or I see a gap in a market and I think, yeah, we could fill that. I'll spend a little bit of time sort of going, I could do this. And sometimes it's a completely different industry and something that I've never worked in before, and I'm convinced I can do it. And it becomes a burden almost, these ideas, these fantastic ideas, because what we're not very good at often is following them through. We're great startup people, a lot of us. We have the ideas, we want to start it up, but then once the idea is in motion, we want to pass it on to somebody else and move on to the next thing. And that's quite normal. But when we're just solopreneurs, it's not always possible for us to do that. We have to have a business, we have to grow it, we have to stick with it, and we just have to keep the ideas that fit with what we're doing. But it is vitally important that we assess them and make sure that those ideas are viable. Take a little bit of time, Sagittarius, is what I'm being told, to write down, really brainstorm all the ideas that you've got for your business. Some new ideas, maybe upgrading some old ideas, and then go through them and think, right, okay, what can I scrap? What really makes me feel excited when I look at it on the list? What do I feel would be fantastic for my clients and customers? And then maybe do a little bit of testing, see whether your clients and customers actually are interested in what it is that you're thinking of bringing to life. Because that will give you everything that you need. The amount of times that I have thought to myself, I'm going to make this item. And sometimes I have even made it and I've put it out there and nobody cares. And I have been so convinced that it was the big thing that everybody really wanted. And it hasn't been. And that happens a lot in my conversations with other entrepreneurs. It happens a lot. It happens with my daughter when she puts polls out all the time on what kind of craft she's going to do this month. And she's absolutely convinced she knows which one will win. And it's never the one she thinks. It's never the one she thinks. Be careful with that. Make sure that you don't just rush forward with your ideas and bring them to life, because they may not be what people want. And that's really hard. In business, we're not here to do what we want. We're here to provide a service and provide value for clients and customers that come to us. So just be careful that, in bringing your ideas to life, you bring the right ideas to life. Where you need to focus your energy this week, Sagittarius, is on the 5 of Shells, hope and readjustment. Now, this is interesting because in light of this Electric Eel Spirit, we have here our little firefly. Very fond of fireflies. And he is focusing in on the one dull shell, whilst behind him, illuminated, are 4 other shells that he could be looking at. He has the choice here whether to turn round and look at the other 4, or whether he's just going to remain blinkered. I feel like these are almost blinkers to him. He can't see behind himself because he's blinkered by his own wings and his own antennae. He can't see those things that are behind him. So in line with bringing your ideas to life, you need to make sure that you are looking at all your options and that you aren't just being blinkered towards the one thing that you think is the best thing to do. Because behind you there could be these illuminated ideas that your clients and customers are seeing. And they may be the ideas that they want. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. This is also about looking for opportunities as well. So maybe if you write down your massive list of ideas that you've got, it will then trigger you to go out there and see and spot coincidences, opportunities that pop up, maybe readjusting some ideas as well. You know, maybe you've got a great idea that's not quite there yet, but over the course of the week you might hear something or talk to somebody or see something that makes you think, if I just readjust this, this will be the thing that will fly. Your strengths, the Three of Crystals, collaboration and productivity. I get the feeling here, Sagittarius, that you are really going to run with these ideas when you get there. When you discover what they are, when you really investigate what they are, instead of having them floating around in your mind. And Spirit just said, the ideas are buzzing around your head like bees. You need to actually catch them and inspect them and decide whether they're viable or not. This is all about collaboration, it's about productivity, it's about planning. And I feel like you will take these ideas, you'll plan them, you'll focus on them, and there may be a necessity for you to work with somebody else to bring them to life. Yeah, it could be that you need to bring somebody else on board to make this happen. If not, you know, this is a card of productivity. This is a card of growth and of learning new skills. It could be that one of your ideas, you need to learn something new in order to bring it to life. Possible obstacles. We've got the Nine of Shells, but he's in reverse there. This is gratitude and fulfillment. This is you being almost there. It's the wish card, but you've got it in reverse. And I wonder if this is about self-belief, if this is about you understanding that you are almost there. Whatever it is that you need to bring to life, it's probably a lot easier than you think it is. But you're blocking that. And then we end on the Eight of Shells, quest and renewal. This is about moving away from things that don't serve you, starting over with a few things. It's a card that is a reminder to be careful of self-sabotage, which is one of our biggest business blocks. Because in my role as an intuitive business coach, business blocks are what I help you to get rid of. And many of us suffer from self-sabotage issues. And we don't even know that we're doing it, because business blocks are caused by our subconscious mind. We aren't even aware of what our blocks are a lot of the time. So we find ourselves making crazy decisions that seem really right at the time. But then when we look back, we think, why did we do that? Why did we make that stupid decision? Because it ruined everything. And we realise that we kind of did it. We kind of blew everything up. This is just a warning to say, be careful of self-sabotage in your quest for renewal. I'm going to clarify the Nine of Shells there and the Eight of Shells at the end, because I think we need a little deeper understanding into this. Why are you blocking this wish card? Why is it blocked? This card is one of those things where, you know, it represents being almost there. It's you know, you can have anything that you want. You can make whatever you want happen. And for whatever reason, it's a possible obstacle. It's a blockage. I've got 3 cards for this one. This is interesting. We start with the Tower. This is a catalyst for change. This is better times are coming. This is release and revelation, but it can be the destruction of old things. In your quest for bringing your new idea to life, it may be that it becomes obvious that there are things that need to be ended. There could be products and services that you have that are due for retirement. And maybe you've loved them. Maybe your clients have loved them and your customers have loved them, but when you look at them, they either need a complete overhaul or there's something about them that is out of date now. It could be that your packaging or the way that they're made is not environmentally friendly enough for you, or, you know, I don't know, there's something that kind of annoys you about them. And you have to let them go, and it's going to be painful for you to do that. You're not going to really want to do that, but you know that in order to let good things in, this change has to happen. And I feel like you're being resistant to the change here. I think maybe your ideas are possibly quite different from what you've already been doing. So there's this worry that maybe they're not the right thing to do. You're avoiding this change. You're a little bit resistant to changing things. I've then got the Five of Cups, which is a repeat of this one. It's repeating itself. It's saying, look, you're focusing on the loss here, on the 3 cups that have spilled. But behind you, you've got 2 cups there that are full and there and ready and raring to go. So don't focus on what is going to be lost. There's definitely a feeling of overhaul here, where new products and services are coming in. You've got some new ideas, but in order to bring those new ideas in, you have to let go. You have to readjust and let some things go. But you are a little bit focused on the things that you don't want to let go of, rather than thinking with great excitement and enthusiasm about what it is that is coming in for you. I then got the Lovers card there. And this is about you choosing what to do next, making a decision based upon whether these things are in alignment with you, whether you're passionate about what it is that you want to do. Now, it really, really makes sense to me, this, because you do have a choice now. You can stick with the things you were already doing that may or may not have been working for you, or that may have really passed their sell-by date. You can move on to doing these new ideas that you've got that are coming in thick and fast. But we have to evaluate whether those ideas are viable or not, and whether they actually fit with your values and your beliefs and your ideas of what is right and wrong. This tends to come up when when a person is perhaps seeing somebody else with a product or service, and you think, that's fantastic, I want to do that, that's for me, so I'm going to incorporate that into my business, that's what I'm going to do now. But the thing is that whatever it is that they're doing is what they believe in, it's what they value, and it could be that it's not what you value. So really be sensitive to that, to whether or not this is an idea that you could be happy with in 5 years' time, in 10 years' time. Don't rush into something that you think is a great cash cow right now, but you know will make you unhappy, and maybe you'll have to rethink again down the line shortly, because it's not a long-term thing that fits with who you are as a person. I always think these 2 guys, I mean, they're completely naked, and I feel like they're stripped back. I feel like it's a message to kind of not look at the masks or the clothing that you wear, but to look at who you genuinely are as a stripped back person, and make your choices based on that, on what you believe and what you value and what you think is the right thing to do. Then I'm going to clarify this 8 of Shells, and I have the Hermit. We've got a fair bit of major arcana going on here, with the Tower and the Lovers and now the Hermit, which means that there's some lessons to be learned here this week, Sagittarius, and I'm wondering if maybe going into some solitude would be helpful. It's about soul searching and contemplation, it's about wisdom and learning, and I feel like maybe this is your quest here, this is what your outcome should be, that you should take time to investigate these ideas. Don't just rush into them, Sagittarius, just take your time to think hard about whether they're the right thing or the wrong thing for you. This is about, again, you moving away from things that don't serve you. So I do feel like this is what it's saying to you now, that what your plan for the week should be is to look at these ideas and just immerse yourself in them a little bit. Really kind of contemplate them. Spirit's just said to me, shine a light on them to see whether they are the right thing for you or not. Okay? Now, I'm being drawn to pick one more card just to close this reading. Okay, I don't know why, but I am. Ace of Wands there. This is about you manifesting new financial opportunities. I'm not surprised Spirit gave you that one, because this is the result of all this work that you're going to do this week on these ideas. And yeah, it will lead to your prosperity there, Sagittarius. It's going to manifest for you a brand new financial opportunity. I feel, actually, Spirit is telling me that this is in connection with this 3 of Crystals, that by collaborating, being productive, you're going to find something that really hits the nail on the head and is successful for you. So I hope you enjoyed this reading, Sagittarius, as much as I've enjoyed giving it to you. I love it when you come hang out with me. If you like hanging out with me too, please do like and subscribe and share this message with anybody that might appreciate it or might need it this week. And I'm going to sign out now. I will see you again soon. Have a fantastic week, Sagittarius. Bye-bye for now.